All right, everybody, welcome back. Let's Paint TV. Monday. A lot of stuff going on. Not much going on here. We are just starting up another big, exciting week here at Let's Paint TV. We really haven't figured out what we're going to do, but stay tuned. We might drum up some kind of something or another. And if we cannot, then maybe this is a great opportunity for you to come on in and give us a call at 818-528-4516 to help out since we obviously cannot provide enough entertainment. Maybe you would like to give us a call, and you're more than welcome to do so at 818-528-4516. All right. A lot of stuff going on the weekend. Let's recap it. Actually, not necessarily a whole lot, but that's okay. That's all right if we don't have much going on. But we had a wonderful time on Friday night. Had so many. Something went crazy. I don't know what happened. Something went crazy with the internet, and it was a harmonic convergence of sorts. So lots of people coming in, and that was kind of neat. I got to say, it reminded me of the good old days, which don't come, but only come once in a while nowadays. It's and maybe that's just as well. All right. So anyway, it's you're watching Let's Paint TV. Doesn't look like I'm going to be painting, but maybe we can at least talk. We can talk to you about various issues of the day, or not. And the way to do that is call us or come into the chat room at right here, or give us a call, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. Ran a little late, had to do some early morning stuff, and luckily we're back. It's amazing how things can be figured out, dealt with, and that's just it. We did deal with that. And now that is over with. It's not something that I have to concern myself with at the moment. So I have a trapeze, a respite from that thought, that worry, concern. A respite? I don't think that's the word. Anyway, you're watching Let's Paint TV. It's Monday. As mentioned before, a big, super big week ahead. Actually, no guarantees that we have anything as big as the previous weeks. But we are working towards making things super big. Always working for the big. Mr. Big. Mr. Biggs. Okay, so with that in mind, feel free to call us. We got one person watching. Fantastic. All right. Fantastic. Okay. This is probably a good reason why I shouldn't be doing my show at 11 a.m. I really don't have any. No one really comes in anymore, and I don't really provide. All right, I'm not going to get down on myself. Okay, yeah, we got one person here. But that's all right. We'll figure it out. Feel free to call us, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. Yeah, we did get a late start. That's correct. But we made it back. Frankly, I'm surprised. I did not expect to get back so quickly. But we did. Andrew's here. Hello. Greetings from the UK. Fantastic. Great to see you, Andrew. It's starting to get hot in here. There's something to be said about waking up early, which I did do. Believe it or not, I did wake up early. And when you live in a hot climate, and on top of that, when climate change is making probably more and more hotter days to grin and bear it, there is a lot to be said about waking up early before the sun gets too damn hot. And now we're entering the sun is too damn hot phase of the day, as we have been for the past, and I've been doing my show at this time slot, which maybe is not the most ideal conditions for the outsourcing the energy levels that are coming provided by me onto this dimensional plane. They could be retarded, regurgitated, the stymied, retarded. That is a term but it tends to be applied for mental handicaps or physical and mental. Though it isn't in effect truly what it was appropriate. The sun, too much sun, could retard your behavior, limit your horizons. Too much of a good thing, frankly. Only, and this is for you, Andrew. Only, what do they say? Only bulldogs and Englishmen go out in the afternoon sun. Isn't that the term? How does that term go down? I forget. I need to get some water and change my pants. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm in my good pants. I'm in my good pants, and I need to get out of them because they run the risk. I run the risk of getting paint on them, which of course would be the case since I'm here in the paint headquarters, the headquarters for Mr. Let's Paint TV. You're watching Let's Paint TV here. We're still grappling with the why even bother doing the show at this time slot when everyone's at work, at least here in the United States of America. And it's ultimately been a selfish thing on my part, frankly, this time slot. But it's not paying off. It's not paying off because no one, except for Andrew. See, Andrew is watching it at his pleasurable time slot of a roughly time zone of say 8 o'clock in the evening. And that's probably the best time to be watching this kind of program. High octane, whatever. Though there are a few of you that do enjoy watching it at this time. I know Jerry out there who work and actually watch, listen to this important broadcast that we provide to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon. Yeah, bada bing. We got 3 people watching. Okay, I'm going to switch out of my pants here. But I'm going to do that off camera. And let me do that, and then we can partake, at least feel freer to possibly do some painting. I don't think I will, though. I'm just kind of getting back in. I actually had not painted in 3 days, believe it or not. But I guess it is my job to paint. So I guess I'll probably, without further ado, just start painting. Let me change into my pants, as promised, and I'll be right back. You're watching Let's Paint TV, where we could actually be talking about painting. Sometimes we veer off into the deeps, the deep ends, the deep end, the deep ends, the ends. There's a multiple deeps and depths. There really are. There's a lot of different possibilities out there to be had. Okay, let me be right back with more Let's Paint TV. Okay, back again. Let's Paint TV. Thanks again for being here. It's a new week. Monday, start of a new week. Though technically, Sunday is the start of the new week. When you look at it in terms of a calendar purposes, and I guess mainly that, but maybe there are some more reasons, and I guess we could Google that to find out the reasoning. I think it strictly could be one of these things where you just, when it gets to the calendar, you don't want to be putting SS. You want to break the 2S, Saturday and Sunday, from onto the calendar, even though really Saturday and Sunday should be probably, if I redid the calendar, I would probably put Sunday next to Saturday, and then start the week, on the left. Start Monday, put Monday on the left, the far left, and have Sunday on the far right. That would be my calendar. In fact, I should just rewrite the calendar. That's what I should do. Well, that's what I'm going to just do. That I'm just going to That's my new project. I just realized it. Because this is the beginning of the week, not Sunday. Though Sunday is, apparently. There's a reason for it. Don't ask me. Maybe it's a religious thing. Maybe it's an astrological thing. I don't give a damn what it is. What I do give a crap for is what is really right in front of us. And that is Monday is the beginning of the week, not Sunday. So let's fix this on the calendar. Let's fix this once and for all. Let's change. Change for the better, people. Let's change. You're watching Let's Paint TV. We just sort of got a late start here today, and so don't expect anything except for just me rattling on. No song and dance today. So just leave if you're looking for that. Anyway, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516 is the number. We could be happy to talk about whatever's on your mind. We could do that. We have the capabilities, the technology to do that, the wherewithal. And as such, you're watching. Danny likes the old school camera. Fantastic. Is it? Did I not fix the camera shot? Oh, it's still working. That I should fix that. Let me fix that. That's one thing I need to fix. Okay. Yeah, it is old school. I'm running that camera out on a RCA cord into a analog to digital converter that goes into the computer, and that's where we're at with that. And then I got a Logitech webcam, and then also the camera that's inside the computer itself. Okay, Andrew asked that's a great question, Andrew. If you don't mind, Andrew asked, what inspired you to be a painter artist? What inspired me? You know, that's a tough question to know, but I think to actually. Yep, I'm all about camp, says Danny Danger. Yeah, that's my setup. Now, let me finish up Danny's kind of whatever. And then I'm running this on a Wirecast software so that it's automatically going between the camera shots. I can actually get some more intricacy, but I'm trying to, for the most part, keep it simple, because I find that maybe might be the best route. I used to have run 4 cameras, and I'll get to why I got inspired to be a painter here in just a second. I used to have a setup where I had 4 analog cameras going into a little portable switcher. A little cheap $5 gizmo that I was able to patch in 4 cameras, and then I could manually switch. And I was into that. I was getting into that, and then I burned out on it. Anyway. So I did that for a while. Now I'm just running the 1 camera, and I'm doing it all automatically, so I can be more hands-free. One less thing you got to do. Yeah, so the multiple camera shots, Danny, the way I'm doing it is through Wirecast. And I don't know if the free program offers, because I think YouTube for Wirecast is actually a free thing you can get that is free, but I don't know if they offer the. It might be one of those advanced deals where you got to pay to get it, so that you can run a playlist, sort of like automate your playlist of sorts. I don't know, and so that's what I'm doing. But that's how I'm able to change the camera shots just about every 4 seconds. But I can change it to every 2 seconds, every 10 seconds, whatever I want. I can do blue screen on different shots. I can do picture within picture. And I have done that, and then I always scale it back because I just feel like it's just too messy, and I don't like the quality ultimately. I'm always disappointed in my output quality, but that's a combination of my computer is not the top of the line. It's just an entry-level Mac, and also in conjunction my apparently, from what I gather, also it has to do in terms of the quality, maybe even more so, is the upload, download, internet, whatever. All right, and what is it? What's up, Mr. Cat? You want to hang out here with me? You do? Yes, you do, don't you? And so the other question is, what inspired me to become an artist? That's a very good question, Andrew. Very good. Fantastic. I think it's just something I might have been groomed into it, one of those things. You want to come to my lab? You looks like you want to go to my lab. That's all right if you want to. You can do it. I wouldn't say I was groomed to do it, but I was easily led into it by means of it was always my interest in art was always encouraged and supported, by my parents and whatnot. So it was a that had a lot to do with it. And then as you get, you're in high school ultimately, and you're wondering about life, kind of deal, and you go, you know what? I don't think I really want to do anything but explore art at the time. At that time, I didn't really have any, and I enjoyed it. See, that's just it. I also had already experienced the joy of making art at that time. That's the time. Look, that's the time when you're a teenager. That's the time when you can make it. There's a lot of decisions made at that time. You can make the decision to join the army, and learn how to kill people. And because that's a time. There's a lot of, you still can change quite a lot at that time. So. I did not obviously go into the military, and I was fortunate enough to go to art school. So I knew that this is something I wanted to pursue, and I have never really wavered from that too much. I think sometimes I may think that would be kind of fun to somehow make it, do a TV show, kind of like what I do here, and which is also art in many respects. Maybe it's a little more messier in terms of collaboration purposes, but it is still an art form. It is still you're still using the creative mind. So yeah, I've always been in it at an early age, but really at high school time. Does Master Young wants to know, does painting get you lots of sex? Well, it could. It definitely could, I suppose. It really depends on your commitment to that avenue of thought and how far you want to go with it. It can, yeah. I mean, it could. I think that's what makes someone sexy, right? because and ultimately that will be what makes them be able to have some sort of relations with others. So ultimately, you got to love what you do. So I would say yes, but that would be the answer. Yes is to that. That answer is yes to all things. Now, if you're a garbage worker, now that's a perfect example, or just an office worker of some sort. Maybe you don't love what you do, but maybe you love your life anyway, and you have lots of sex. That is, and you have a family, and you go about your life, and you have a wonderful time. That is entirely possible and happens all the time. I don't think you should confuse yourself with happiness strictly on the fact that your job is a happy job. I think you could easily be, say, a caretaker. You're embalming, taking dead bodies and transitioning them into some form of afterlife, and it's sort of an awful business of sorts. I'm sure you could still have a happy life that way. So don't feel limited or feel bad that you're not, say, creatively doing some sort of creative job. Not that was the question, was it? That was not the question. But nevertheless, I answered it as such. Okay, 818-528-4516 is the number. We're just kind of chilling here, kind of putting my ball bearings in line. And already, I gotta say, we have. Do I just have the one camera shot working today? No, I got a few different shots. Already, we've gotten some stuff done. So there I am. I was wondering if I was showing up at any time, and I guess I am, at least partially. Here I am. Signed, sealed, delivered. How about, I think this is maybe a better shot. There I am. Hi. Call us, 818-528-4516. Let me make that shot bigger. I'll make myself bigger. How about that? Here I am. Oh, that's the chroma key. Okay. I see. Interesting. Let me make yourself bigger. Let's make ourselves bigger. Oh, I guess that is as big as it gets. Okay, anyway, 818-528-4516 is the number. All right. Do I miss public access TV? Yes and no. I miss doing a show, the collaboration and interaction. That I miss because it is it's invigorating. It's challenging, and it's quite fun. I don't know if you saw the show we did the other day on Friday, the Friday night show. It's on YouTube, and I mentioned it earlier. For some reason, oodles of people came in and started chatting away and calling in, and it was a great time. It was a great time. Had a great time, and it reminded me of the great days of public access TV. And I think we get that because it is Friday night and the feeling's right. But also I'm running and doing stuff. I see right now I'm kind of stationary, not terribly motivated, and as such you're not that motivated to tell others, hey, this is a great show, watch it, tell your friends. You're not, because there's just a guy sitting there, a middle-aged guy, sitting there talking off the top of his head, which may or may not be of interest. Generally, that is not going to interest too many people except for other middle-aged guys and gals, maybe. Which I think that is sort of that probably is a majority of my viewers. Middle-aged folk. It's not the 18 to 32 or whatever it is, 18 to 35. But when we start running and painting and yelling and screaming, cooking, then all bets are off. Okay, so there you go. Back to Chill Town, hanging out. And let me drink some water. I haven't even drunken any water. I gotta. What do I gotta do? It's interesting what you gotta do. What does anyone have to do? Do I need to paint some more paintings, or should I be trying to hustle the paintings I already got? There's something to be said about that. What is that you are, and do you feel productive when you're busy just trying to, somehow as best you can sell the darn thing, and versus being productive in the sense of, hey, let's keep painting. And I'd say more times than not, I feel much better off, much more productive when I'm painting, as opposed to or creating. The post part of it all, the postpartum, that part is not as much fun, frankly, and yet it's pretty necessary, and also it can be obviously rewarding. And it can also kind of give it can help close the chapter. It can give, what's that term when someone is like violently killed? Closure. I'm not certain I like that term. I don't necessarily think that the use of that term. I'm seeking closure. The victims always saying that. And God forbid if anyone are in a position where we are victims and would want to or need to use that term. But I don't think you really have closure. I think that's just that closure is the word seeking closure really means seeking vengeance, and I don't think that's the correct. I don't think technically, or if you looked at the word, how the terminology or the definition of closures is about vengeance and payback, but I think in the minds of most people, that's what it has become in present day, or maybe from eternity, from here to eternity. It's probably been just that. All right, we're looking for some more questions here today on the program. Or not. I have said enough. I'm just going to shut up. Which is fine. Okay, well, anyway, we're looking around. I got some stuff I need to kind of... I got this painting I need to fix. So I'm probably going to make sure I do that today. I've been kind of not messing with it, and I should. I should fix it. All right, so I'm going to do that today. And what else am I going to do? I think that will be enough. That will be enough damage to fix that. That's my only job today, is to fine tune and suffer and battle and fine tune this painting and get it out the door and take it to market. So I guess that's what I'll be doing next. And maybe you like Let's Get Frustrated, the Callers TV? Is that one of my old videos? Yeah. There's plenty of examples of me being fed up with the callers. If you watched the show the other night on Friday night, the last Friday night show, I started to get a little bit overwhelmed by the bullshit calls. But I was in too good of a mood that I did not let it kind of get to me for the most part. I've been told that when I get mad, people laugh. I know that, which is kind of strange. It's almost like encourages me to get mad all the time because I know people are going to laugh, which is not really the... Which is, which is even really weird is that when my dad used to get mad, we would laugh too, which is so strange. And it's hard to escape your genes in some ways. You like the one with MQ Schmidt? Yeah, he's a regular. He's been off and on all the time for so many years. I've had him. Just the other day, I painted him at the my bathroom show opening. No, I did not see that they found water on Mars. Well, fantastic. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I think in the research that I conducted in my search for creativity into outer space, I believe it had been noted, or it is noted, or well founded, that Mars is the most logical place for us humans to potentially habitate. I think that's an ongoing misnomer. No, it's an ongoing fact, or fiction, or friction, depending on how you want to slice it. Wow! So they can get water and oxygen if they make. Wow, that's crazy. So there could be a thing where people will possibly live on Mars, huh? It is a crazy thing to think about, isn't it? That possibly it's one of these known facts. This planet we live on is, regardless if we, climate change or not, is going to just blow up anyway. And then that we are going to have to find another planet. I mean, there are people that fully are invested in thought with that. I myself do not spend any time thinking about it, but and I don't worry about it Mainly because I don't. I kind of feel like, in some ways, it's not gonna it's not gonna happen in your lifetime, kind of thinking, and so if that's the case, well, what do I care? Well, what do I care? But it's interesting that people do care enough to worry about their future generations, and somehow I think it's the reasoning behind the natural phenomenon of spreading one's seed, if you will, which has made is the reason why we are here today, frankly. So maybe there will be an actual time and place where, and maybe it's not so far in the near too distant future. Maybe in the next 100 years, kind of deal, where people will start jettisoning to these another planet to habitate, and then can you imagine the battle that we have here on this planet with racism, and ultimately racism, whatever it is, whatever you want to call racism, it's there, all types. Which people are going to get to be on that ship? Who's going to get to be on that ship? Huh? Is it going to be solely the Christian right is going to be only allowed on the ship? No Catholics, no Jews either, even though we've been in bed with them for a while. But no, and no Muslims for sure. No Muslims. Just the Jimmy Swaggart Foundation spaceship, in conjunction with NASA. Okay, that's not going to happen. But if they could, they would make it happen that way. And that's the problem with all racist thinking, and there's all groups of people involved in that. So but that's why Star Trek and some of these other outer space futuristic programs could and have tend to have a better grasp of sort of a more opportunity, various groups and such, that could, I think in the end, is a better move for humanity. And you can only look to what the kings did way back when they only would inbred their families, only have keep it all in the family kind of deal, and you saw what happened with that when humans did that, or for that matter, purebred animals. You see the problems with that, and you see when you mix various groups and races that you get a stronger person. So there you have it. Yeah, I didn't miss that moon thing. I looked up and it was just a big white moon, so I missed the red, like the red moon thing. I think it was too low on the Earth, and so you had to get higher to go to a high spot and then actually physically look for it, which I didn't really devote my early evening to that. Hey, it's 12 o'clock, believe it or not, and this is just going to be a short show. So enjoy it while it lasts. Actually, we only came in 15 minutes late, so not bad. I changed my pants. We talked about racism for a second. I'm not big on wanting to talk forever about that because all I do is get pissed off, and I'm not. That's not my job in a way, you know. What's your job? What's your job, guys? Sometimes I have it figured out, at least for a slim section, slim section, slim slim shady, slim second, a second of time do I feel like I have it figured out, and then I don't, which may or may not be a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, we're in a regrouping phase, which is just a constant battle of sorts. When, for the most part, we don't really. The good and the bad of it all is that we don't have anyone telling us what to do. So that is the beauty. No one's telling me what to do. Literally, no one is telling me what to do. No one's even suggesting me to what I should do. That's a good thing. And then yet, it also can lead you into aimless limbo of not knowing what to do, because you're not always so certain of what you're supposed to be doing. And but that is something that an artist should come to grasp with and deal with and explore and celebrate. Just that very fact that you have one should have the freedom to do and take time off and to ponder and all that kind of stuff, and not have the pressure cooker on them as such. Did you like last Friday? Last Friday was good. We'll hopefully we'll get the same kind of energy again. I mean, I've gotten down to the point where that's where I'm going to give it my all. And then these shows that I do here on the morning episodes are just going to be what they have been, and that is just sort of maybe we do some painting, but we're not going to be doing a mess. I'm not going to be doing the cooking, and I'm probably not going to run either. I might do some running because I could use some more running, but all right. So yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I thought we had a good time with that. And like I said, we had a whole crap load of people watching. And I made a video, a secondary video from the head cam, the GoPro head cam that I was wearing from that, and I mixed it with the footage from the Friday show, and that is up actually right now. I posted it yesterday. It already has 400 views, which I'm surprised because most of my videos for the past 5 years have been averaging about 50 views. And so it's always kind of interesting to see why, if and when anything ever takes off. And it's titled Let's Paint the Pope. So maybe that has a topical reasoning why people watched it. Maybe that's it. That could be it for sure, I guess. Maybe that's the reason. Okay, so that's my plan for today, is to fix a couple of paintings, touch them up. There's a strategical error that I need to fix. Structural problem. Structural problem. And I'll get that going, and then that probably will be out the door, which would be good. And then I need to find some other things, putter around, and maybe reboot. Does boot. All right, guys, for Let's Paint TV, I'm Mr. I should paint Obama and get even more views. Yeah, I guess. I could paint Obama. I don't know. There's something to be said about being topical, for sure. Is Obama topical now? I mean, I think people are kind of a little bit tired of him a little bit. It's hard to deal with the president for 8 years. people are somehow disappointed in him, or they just straight up hate him. They've hated him for 8 years. I don't know. I'm not one of them, by the way. But I definitely, I'm not that interested in watching him talk anymore. He was just on talking to the UN. I tried watching some, and I just moved on. And I like everything he says. I want to, at least I want to believe. Okay, I drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, all right. Ouch. But anyway. So it'd be interesting to see politics. What I find interesting is, okay, so Trump and Ben Carson are now tied, apparently. I don't know how anyone would even consider voting for the Ben Carson guy. For that matter, Donald Trump. Actually, for that matter, anyone in the Republican Party. I'll just go out there and say that. But maybe that's just me. But the Ben Carson guy, I mean, I don't see where he's getting the votes. I just don't see it. And he's still getting a lot of votes. I think ultimately that these numbers, these polls, that people where they're polling like these people that are, I think, that evaporate somehow. They're not the electorate for some reason. I don't think these are really. It's too soon to let these numbers mean anything ultimately, I think. But obviously they mean something, because obviously a couple of guys got out of the race. So there is something to them. But I'd say it's interesting that you got Carson and Trump, who are somehow representing the outsider, and for that matter, that fur arena, and really, in a way, the only real outsider is the Ben Carson guy. The other two have been dabbling in politics for a long time. They're not outsiders. You kidding me? All right. So anyway. But it's interesting that they have, in terms of percentage-wise, the lion's share of all the votes, potential votes or whatever. An HD version with Hillary without makeup. Yeah, Revons, we know that. We know that he separated twins. Yeah, that's good enough for me to vote for him. I mean that's not enough. And some of the things he said is just really wrong and off. In fact, a lot of the stuff that all the Republicans have said are just so off. Frankly, some of the things I've said, when it gets down to it, have been so off. So in some ways, you kind of have to forgive people in some of their statements, but you have to. Boy, if you go back in time and hear everyone what they said, boy. I don't think either one of those guys. Well, we'll see. Like I said, my worry is just I just don't really want to have a Republican in office based on the ones that are available, and just the Republican Party basically being overrun by this Tea Party thing. That, to me, anything but that is the best thing for America, for the United States. Now, if we're going to go the route of the Jimmy Swaggart, Christian Bible Belt conservative way of thought, then you, and then the end result is to go to Mars with right-wing Christians, then go that route. I mean, in the future, that's what's going to happen, right? That's what they want. What? That doesn't. I'm projecting. Anyway, so I've stepped my foot in quite a bit of mud. I'm certain of that. I'll just leave this at some point, regardless of as we get into politics, whatever side you're on, everybody has plenty of points to be made, and both sides have made plenty of mistakes, and in many cases, both sides have serious faults. So there you have it. Did I offend anyone there? You like Bernie Sanders? Yeah, I mean, he seems cool and all. I have a hard time thinking that he's going to get voted in, though. I don't think he's. I don't think he would be win. Yeah, I could paint his wall. I'm not. Honestly, I kind of want to take a back seat on this whole thing. I mean, I can talk about it and I can get upset about it, but part of me, strong part of me, wants to just not get into it. I don't want to get all upset about it. I just don't see the point. But I'm glad that there are plenty of people fighting and clamoring, and really, this is an important thing to consider. And as much as I don't like, and it's been said, the vetting, it's called the vetting of the president, and or the vetting of anybody, the vetting of Mr. Let's Paint. There are things that open up, and telltale signs, and just stuff like that through the process of elimination. The process, it's a long thing. That's a good way to go, Master Young. Vote for the one that you think will lose. The Republicans love to say that Barack Obama is the worst president ever. They love saying that, and that's just not the case. And there's plenty of wonderful, documented or what's the word? Good places of repute when it comes to comes to that idea of the listing of the best presidents, of all the 44 presidents, and in this particular poll they had. From what I recall, he was number 18, so he's sort of in the middle. And plus, you can't really judge these things until you got to let time go. You cannot just make these assumptions in the midst of it. And but somehow they have them at 18. Yeah, he seems. I gotta say, I agree, Ray Bonds. I think he's going hard at it as best he can and making the best out of it and he's trying to make it a better world. I strongly believe in that. I mean, the knee-jerk, hawkish approach of let's just go in and kill them all, kind of thinking, that causes, vacuums and so you just that's the problem with Syria right now. There's this vacuum that is in Iraq. I mean, you create these vacuums. I mean, the thing that they're batting around right now is with Syria is to basically keep the government intact, because that is the only stable force. As much as they don't want, the government, U.S. and allies don't want that, Ashard or whatever his name is. It's like, which is worse, Ashard or whatever his name is, or ISIS? I mean, for many, both are terrible, so it doesn't matter. But it's sort of the problem with that when we went into Iraq and got rid of Saddam Hussein, and it's the same problem. Can you avoid going into war and still change from within, or from outside, diplomatically? Why wouldn't you be in favor for that kind of stuff? That's ridiculous. I mean, not even, Nixon went to China after all with Kissinger. And apparently Kissinger was a warmonger, and he was a bad guy ultimately. Somewhere down the line, or it's been whatever. There's some bad stuff about him. But I mean, they didn't go to war to China, against China. They figured out how to, find peace somehow. And you don't have to go to war always. All right, and in fact, probably should never have to. You're stupid. You're basically stupid if you do go to war. If you get tricked into going into war, I think anyone would. There's something to be said there. What's interesting to hear is that Noam Chomsky guy. Oh man, he's intense. I wouldn't say I would agree entirely everything he's saying, but I like hearing his point of view. That's for sure. It might be a little far-fetched and unrealistic in some ways, but he speaks some pretty interesting things. I find him interesting. All right. Hey, look, I've gone way past my time limit here. And I basically opened up more about myself and my thinking than I probably should have. But what can you do? All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think. I should be seeing you tomorrow. And though I have to wonder, what's the point with 5 people in here? I probably should just concentrate on doing the night shows. Probably should. I'm not there yet, but I should. I should be there. Okay. Okay, that's it from me to you. Why did I lose that shot? I had a nice shot. I must have thrown it away or something. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, fine. It's gone. Hey, you want to support the program? Go to letspainttv.com. We have links for the show to help support through patreon.com/letspainttv. And then otherwise, and when you do, we'll put your name in as a supporter. There you guys are. All right. Thanks again, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.